Hello, this is Andrew, founder and CEO of Vendium Global. The topic of this video is how global mobility is changing in our gig and sharing economy. We are in a very exciting time in global mobility history, and we're seeing millennials move into leadership positions in ever increasing numbers. We also are seeing traits from their generational culture applied into the economy. Gig no longer simply applies to the vagabond musician. In sharing, it's become a form of capitalism. Gig workers and the gig economy are terms that we've been hearing a lot of. Seemingly still shell-shocked from the financial crisis of the early 2000s, many workers are supplementing their earnings with a side job, and others are making into their full income. These side jobs are increasingly begotten from the gig economy. The gig economy can most simply be thought of as project work. This may be driving an Uber, being a freelance journalist, or even monetizing one of your hobbies. Corporations are catching on and having workers in ever-rotating roles. This allows them to focus on the employee's strengths while hedging their weaknesses and puts the employee into a continuous state of happy production. Many of these gig workers take part in what's known as the sharing economy. This describes businesses such as Airbnb, Lyft, Uber, and more. Traditional barriers to entry such as startup costs are dramatically decreased. A college student can log into an app and use their Honda Civic to do the same job a New York City cab driver previously had to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for. This sharing economy provides new, less regulated, and less expensive services to all. From a global mobility perspective, this is what we're seeing. The first are rotation assignments. In place of where traditional relocation was the norm, we now see short-term rotations both within the US and also globally. This allows employees to access varied parts of their organization. They use it for development and also insights. The company benefits by leveraging business tax deductions when possible, and also focusing on development and launch. This allows the local staff to pick up the operational piece while the experts execute. Next is lump sum. With the new tax laws, many companies have moved to lump sums for ease of administration. Now, thrifty employees enjoy this because they can stay in something like an Airbnb for their temporary housing and use the remaining funds for something of higher utility to them. Predictable spend, lower RMC costs, and lower maintenance for programs are the added bonuses to the company. Next, short-term assignments. Short-term assignments are becoming much more common, and industrial psychologists are finding employee engagement and productivity increases in sprints with clear goals and objectives. As corporations adopt gig workers as gig employees, titles are becoming more general and skill sets are being applied more widely across the organization. Several studies are showing that by 2020, 40% or more of the US working population will function as gig workers in some capacity. Europe is already trending above the US, 16%, as much of the world is soon to follow. It'll be interesting to see how corporations continue to engage this new generation of moonlighters and use those passions into furthering the greater cause of their business and organization.